Welcome back to our Natural Locals YouTube channel.
Now we are ready for rough cutting of the saddles. We did the measurements and we have to cut it now. this log has so many imperfections and burls on it, so we have to cut those stumps and burls and imperfections that are touching the upper log so it can sit down correctly to the bottom log to make a perfect joint. When installing the log over 7 saddles and notches, sometimes besides skills and knowledge, you need a little bit of luck. This time we were quite lucky and this log fitted in the first try. Today we have another problem. We thought that this log here will be the right one for the house, but we somehow, don't know why, we didn't measure it, and it's 1 meter too short. So we have to peel this one. We are now trying to warm up the pipes to melt the ice, but if we don't get the water pressure pump running because of the cold, we'll have to do it the Nikriavets way, the old school way. The water is not frozen, so we do it our way. Nikriavets, we'll do your way some other time. How do you know when is the good time to peel bark from the wood so you don't waste too much energy? We have an old book. The title of the book is Everything in its Own Time. The book talks about times for putting seeds in the ground so you can get the biggest crops. The book also talks about the wood. When is the good time to fell tree so that it has a lot of water in bark, so it's easy to peel. That all depends on the moving of the moon. So the water in the log goes from wood to bark and back into the wood. So when the water is between wood and bark, the peeling is simple, easy and effortless. So if you want to peel, you just look at the moon. And that's also good thing only in the summer. During winter time, mostly when it's frozen, everything, water can't move, so that doesn't hold.
And then came capitalism.
None of that matters because everybody wants the house as soon as possible and as fast as possible. We just measured the height, how accurate we were during building, and that corner is 2 centimeters lower. That's because the ground here is not concrete, solid ground, it's earth, dirt, and it's simply a weight of the house just pressured the soil for 2 centimeters. That doesn't matter too much. When put on concrete foundation on where the house is going to be, it will be completely level. We just have to compensate those 2 centimeters when cutting the last beam for the rafters.
ever stop me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain starts hitting town. Yeah. On a bad day, on a good day, I don't need no sunshine, 'cause I'm dancing with the rain. You will see me running, thinking I might be insane. I don't need no sunshine, you keep me going strong. I just need my happy face to keep me moving on. Looking out the window, reflecting who I am. No one ever stopped me, not even Uncle Sam. Life might be a struggle, life might be a fight, but I am here to show the world that I can make it right. On a bad day, on a good day, on a bad day, rain keeps raining.
Today is another day when nature tells us don't work. The wind was blowing so hard that the crane was spinning around over the brocade and did this spaghetti turn on the cables, and a couple of cables are cut because of that, and the crane doesn't work.
Ja, vjetar. Aki traktor.
You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain starts hitting town. Yeah. On a bad day, on a good day.
Znači, what are you doing now one day? At the moment.
Usually, being the smallest guy in the team brings many benefits. I don't have to climb high because my arms are shorter. I don't have to reach high things. But this is one of those things when being a small guy in the company sucks. They put me in because nobody else can fit in here.
But what are you doing, Andrei?
I'm trying to stay alive and not be killed by these wires, because we have to cut this wire completely. It has around 30 little wires, so that I can spin it off in the other direction than the wind. In the counter direction of the wind spin the crane, because the wind was turning the crane a couple of times around and it jammed the cable so much that I can't even move them in here. And the problem is the wires are all black. They have small numbers on them, but they are kind of old and sometimes you don't see that number, so I have to mark every wire with my new numbers, so I know which wire goes with which one in the end.
Oh fuck.
Nick doesn't have this problem. He has the wooden crane with no electricity. "20 wires in the cable. Now I can finally unspin the cable and solve the problem." If we are doing these things right, when I connect these wires back together, crane should be working again.
Basic electric knowledge.
What's that? I'm alive! It works! I saved the day again!